Hey koi pond enthusiasts, it's Midwest Dave. I'm out here doing some pond building today. I've got about a week or so to take my 2,700 gallon koi pond and create something that's more like 6,500 gallons, and the first step is getting my koi moved into a swimming pool, so we're going to be doing that today. There's a lot of steps in this process and it's going to take me a while to do this, so I hope you enjoy this video. Well, as you can see, my fish are outgrowing this pond, so I'm going to be doing some work on it here shortly. I've shot a whole video on what I'm doing. Probably have that done in about a month and a half, but I'm going to go about 6 foot deep out here, and I'm going to expand this thing tremendously. I think I measured it once and it should be about 2,700 gallon. Maybe I'll add another couple thousand gallons to this thing. And just thought I'd shoot a little video of how these fools go crazy when I feed them. Soon they'll be jumping on each other's heads. Usually give them about 2.5 scoops of food. And they'll eat this in about 10 minutes and then they'll want more all night long, so this is all they get. And unfortunately I got about 100 little fish I think up in the top pond, and I'm gonna have to be selling those or giving those away soon. You guys gonna blow that thing up, did you? We're slowly getting this pond filled up. I'm going to stop it here shortly. I'm going to shoot some pond water that the fish have been swimming in, maybe 300-400 gallons out of the main pond over here, and get the biological chemicals going and get it prepared for the fish to be moved in the next day or two. Here's my pond with all the rocks removed out of the sides of it, and the waterfall stripped of all of its rocks. Unfortunately, this sumac tree, which is really cool, hanging over the pond, is going to have to go. I don't think I can transplant it. I'll check it, but I don't think so. And then these fish will be moving to their new pond, and I'll get the old liner out, get the excavator here, and start digging this thing. First step, though, is get them a good home over here. What I'm thinking of doing is taking a 55-gallon drum, opening it up at the near the bottom to let water come through, add some filtration at the bottom, and then throw my submersible pump in the actual filter, since I don't have external pumps. Maybe someday I will, but I've got about 3 $600 submersibles around here, so I'm going to use them. So look forward to getting this thing done and going here. Well, it's the night before my big construction project on the new koi pond. So I've set up this pool the last few days. I built a spray bar for oxygenizing the water. And got a filter in there and some bricks for ballast just to get a little more sturdiness. All made out of 2-inch PVC. And it's only been running probably for about 20 minutes. It should start filtering the water a little bit anyway with minimal filters I've got on it. And we'll be moving all the fish tomorrow. This is what I use, a big 4-inch pipe, which I'll actually be using at the bottom of the pond for my drain and all my, some of my return on, excuse me, it's a 3-inch pipe. This is a 3-inch pipe that we used to move the pond water over so I didn't have to use all tap water. And the 3-inch pipe, I'll break it at the seams here and we'll use it for a drain and for return lines from the skimmer. And I got to hook this pump back up. We've got an aerator going still, but the fish are ready. They'll all get moved tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Got a little excavator there. Got all the rocks out, and I'm going to have to move the rocks again because the excavator won't get over here with them rocks in the way. Got a couple of 55-gallon barrels that'll be used for filtration and also for like a little pump house underwater, underground, of course underwater, since I'm not using an external pump. And they'll go right in line through here. It's going to be pretty tight, but it'll work. We're going to move some of these flowers back, replant a couple plants. So looking forward to doing all this tomorrow. Stay tuned. Today's the big day. We're going out here and gonna take my old koi pond apart and move all my fish. I think we've got about 40 big fish to move, maybe about a half a dozen small fish to move. I've already moved a bunch of fish. I'll show you those in a second. I've got an excavator rented, a little one. I've got all my rocks moved. I'll show you them. Here's all my rocks. Well, some of the rocks. These are all the small rocks I've got moved out of the pond. Had my neighbor Austin help do that. Here's the current pond, and you can see the fish in there. They're getting ready to move. Here's some of the big rocks that came out of the side of the pond and kind of more of the ornamental rocks that were on the side. Of course, I got the waterfall all tore apart. The top pond for this year is going to stay exactly the way it is. Some people may be calling something like this a bog because it does settle dirt up in here after it goes through the other filters I have. And I've got these ornamental rocks up here. I've got these ornamental rocks up here and some of the rocks that go along the side of the pond. Here's the excavator, little bobcat. We've had to move a lot of our plants around. Here's some of our ornamental stonework I had to move so I could get the excavator through this little opening here. I need about 55 inches. And as I've shown before, I've got this pond set up that I'm putting all my fish in. I think it's 1,700 gallons. I don't know if I've quite got that much in it right now. We got the spray bar pumping a lot of air into them. And I've got some small fish and a few big fish. And I'm gonna go down and let you see what those guys look like in their new environment. Well, we finally got the pond drained and all the fish out of here. And I've also got some plants I got to move up to my top pond area. I've got it drained and cleaned out. So right now all that's in here is a little frog and some plants that some rush and some different plants that I moved up here. The big one's that one there's got to be moved. There's my helper, Austin. Next step will be get all these rocks out of here and start peeling this liner back and start digging as soon as possible. And we also gonna take a look at all these fish that are in here. There's a little over 40 big fish and probably about, I thought I had about 8 little fish, but I think now that we've found them all, there's probably 30 of them. So I'll be putting them on the internet to sell them or give them away. There they are. I'll do a little close up with those here in a second.